Ooh, 2 minutes over. Sorry about that, folks. I was just doing something quickly downstairs. And hello and welcome to the usual Sunday stream. I hope you're all doing okay. Let me just double check OBS. Yeah, everything good. Lovely. How are we all doing this evening? Hello, Jurassic Mation. Hello, welcome to stream. My name is Gabe. Hello again. Hello, Derek. Hello, Barga. Gojira is here too. Something is here too. And yes, welcome back to the Timeline Park. I know it's been a while since everyone has seen it because I've been focusing so much on that lagoon-only park. Hello, Wobby. But I wanted a bit of a break from the lagoon-only park at the moment. I've kind of hit a bit of a rock with it. I'm like, I don't quite know where I want to take the lagoon park at the moment. So I'm returning to the Timeline Park, which, if you remember, we were doing quite well with. And if you remember, this was made in response to the monorail glitch that Evo was able to so delightfully show off for all of us. And each area along this timeline, or the monorail itself, was to be a different timeline. So if you remember, we did our Triassic period, our Permian period, Triassic period, Jurassic period, and then early Cretaceous period here with our salt flats with the Suco and the Acro. The lagoons we are going to have down the middle here when we get round to them. But I'm going to give lagoons a break for the moment, and we're going to tackle our mid-Cretaceous and hopefully late Cretaceous time periods here, so we can get basically one whole rung of this timeline park completed. That's the aim for today, to get that single rung completed. Here I got a question: would 100 to 97 million years ago count as mid or early Cretaceous? Mid Cretaceous, I think. Late Cretaceous, if we're talking, is sort of 65 to like 80, and then mid is like 80 to 110, 105, 110, and then anything earlier than 110 is early. It's very dependent on which scientist you go and talk to. So, yeah, we need to decide what animals we're going to have in our mid-Cretaceous area and how we're going to decorate it biome-wise. So I'm going to get started on that right away. Let's... I kind of want to give like a sort of a mountain... well, sort of, I say mountain, sort of a fake peak just at the back here. Just something we can decorate later on.
Yeah. Backdrops are DC 15 dexterity.
Dunk, obviously. Well, obviously the dunk will go in the lagoon once we get round to it, but we're focusing today on our land-based enclosures because as much as I like the lagoon system in game, and I'm kind of the lagoon guru, as it were, you know, I know people want to see more generic park builds too, so let's get this on the go. Okay, that's good. Let's put in our gates. About that. And our second entry about there. Whoops. About there.
It's surprisingly.
About there. Good.
Thank you.
Recently, I've been building a park with different sections of continents. Right now, I'm working on Antarctica and Australia. Good continents, at least some interesting dinosaur species to put in there. But talking of species, what do people think for our Cretaceous, mid-Cretaceous area? Because I think there's quite a few we could make use of here. Which I'll have to go and have a look myself in a minute, I think. Let's just decorate this. Mapusaurus using the default Giga. So we've already got two big carnivores. We got Acro and we got Sugo literally right before it. So I think we probably need to go for something herbivore related. Unless we split this paddock in two, which we could do. Mid-Cretaceous, Rory. Haven't seen these streams in a while. Well, Chinchillas for Life. I've been streaming every Sunday. Just not this specific park. Because obviously I was doing the Lagoon Park. Orano and Niger mid-Cretaceous. I think they might be, actually. What does the... Where's our hatchery? Oh, it doesn't tell us, does it? Where is... Isn't there somewhere we can access the database? Hang on. There we go. Okay, dinosaur genomes. So people suggested Niger. Let's go and have a look at Niger. No, Niger is early Cretaceous. Orano is early Cretaceous too. Someone suggested Kakarodontosaurus. Kakarodontosaurus is late Cretaceous. In the database, all the mid-Cretaceous dinosaurs are split between late and early. Is that true? Oh, right. Okay, Barger. So we'll give up using the database. Let's just Google search it quickly. Mid-Cretaceous dinosaurs. Oh my god, why is it using Bing? Ugh. What do you mean? What? Google. Right. Mid-Cretaceous dinosaurs. I hate Bing with a passion, by the way. Just... no, that's Cretaceous dinosaurs in general. I want mid-Cretaceous. Okay, so middle ones we could do. Giganotosaurus is middle. As is Mapusaurus if we use the other Giga model. Tyrannotitan, Tenontosaurus, Sucho. Suchomimus is classified as mid. I saw it in early. Okay. Suko, Paralite, and Orano. Yeah, that's not a very helpful list. Is there a better one? Mid-Cretaceous. Oh, I see. So Acro is late, early, middle. That's. Let's just go for second half of the middle. That's much clearer. So Giga would definitely work. Spinosaurus would work. Carcharodontosaurus would work. Oranosaurus would work. Australovenator would work. Mutabara would work. But in general, not that many in there. I'm also thinking about what sort of environment to make it look like. Just make an African. Well, the problem with that bargain is we've already went for like a desert, like salt flat environment for the one next door. So I want to keep each biome different. Wuha is an early to mid Cretaceous, says Kajiro. So we could use Wur. What if we tried to do something that was similar to that Walking with Dinosaurs episode? So we've got... We could do Mutabara. We've definitely got Mutabara that we can use. And we can use Australovenator. Yeah, we can use Australovenator and we can use Mutabarasaurus. And we could use... I know it's like a completely different location in the planet, but we could also use Wurha in there as well. Yeah, the Spirits of the Ice Forest episode. So let's go with... And let's try to sort of split the habitat so that we can have one for the Australovenator and we can have an area for the herbivores. So... let's do a small river running through. Let's have it coming off the mountains. It's like a glacial river.
No, I was saying that you're not in the initiative order.
That's good. Make the river a little bit more substantial at this end. Make it a little bit wider here. Just so it's big enough for some decoration. And I think I kind of want some raised terrain because it's a bit flat. So let's make this area quite tall. Up to about there.
Take the shot.
This is just going to be like a cliffside gully, that's fine.
Yeah, you can get extra time.
And then if we do the same over this side, so basically they have like two sides of the gully essentially. Gonna make the Australovenator one a little less high. Yeah, something like that. Have we had any European dinosaurs in the park yet? Um, I don't think so. Don't think so, no. Right, so let's put in. We can. The good thing about doing like a spirits of the ice forest enclosure is we can just use plenty of the, basically the default trees, and I'm gonna fill the whole enclosure, and then I'm going to sort of cut away trees. As we go. So let's just fill the whole thing up.
It's not room light, it's slush button. I just need to tap the button on top of the head and then I can tap. And then I can jump back in.
You can have quite a few on this ridge line here. Same for back here. Right, and then we will remove where we want to remove trees. So let's clear the river a bit.
What I care about. If I hit some of the giant stands with sneak attack, it's 66 plus my damage.
And we'll clear some from the monorail track, because obviously we don't want the monorail hitting trees. We can always replace some of the ones along the monorail with some manually placed ones, which are closer. But for now, let's just clear a little bit of a gap.
Yeah,
This one will not go away. Go away. There we go. Got another one here that just won't move. See, like, it's removing ones over there, but this one, no, won't get rid of. The tree removal brush and the tree placing brush in this game are really frustrating to use. Right. Question: if somehow you got transported to Hell Creek 65 million years ago, what will you do? Hide. Very, very much hide. Hide forever. Because you would be... your chances of survival would be measured in days. That's looking good. I want to do something similar here. So clear some of the trees, kind of have like a open area. Like that. And then have like an open area up here. But mostly I want it quite forested. Especially along the river.
Whatever damage I'm doing, it's just my damage.
Scream like hell and die, says Gajira. use Drosaurus for Lileniasaura. They aren't really anywhere near the same size. And given the way we're doing this park, I think Mutabara and Werhosaurus will just fit this sort of limited size enclosure better than Lileniasaura. Right, let's put in some snow. Not too much. I don't want it to look like the thing is snowed in. Just like a little bit. Patches here and there, you know? Yeah. Like I say, we can always go back and manually place trees and stuff if we want to make it look more forested. I'll dunk your Leostias. It doesn't quite work, Gajira, but I do like that saying. Fletcher, I've been working on a speculative evolution project that basically answers the questions of if you put a bunch of creatures from different periods on the planet. Speculative evolution is always interesting, Barger. I don't think a Cenozoic pack would be that good. Jacob the Ghost, thank you for having the same sort of opinion I do. And at some point I do want to make a video on it. Whoops. Yeah, at some point I do want to make a video on the subject because it's one of those things that everyone in the community seems to like. Everyone thinks, oh, let's have a Cenozoic pack. They always go on and on about it, and I'm like, I don't think it would be a good idea for a few different reasons. What shall we use as decoration along the monorail? Because we've got like the flagpoles, we've got the spiky sails, we've got the trees here. What shall we use to decorate along this route? I mean, I suppose we're going to plant trees along it, aren't we? So I suppose we've got the trees that we can place, which would work perfectly fine. Right, I suppose I need to put in the invisible fencing. Now, I want the fencing to run along the middle of the water so that both sides of our dinosaur menagerie can access it. I don't like how much of the trees the fencing actually removes. Like, it's removes so much. I mean, look how much that removed there in terms of tree. It's just ridiculous. Gonna have to manually place down so many now. Give me back my trees, you bastards. I mean, look here. I mean, like, why can I not put a tree that close to the fence line? It's one of those little... At some point, I also want to make a video about all the little annoyances of Jurassic World Evolution 2, and the way that trees and fences work is going to be one of them. Just one of those little annoying features of the game that really bugs me. because this game has so many of those, just like tiny features or tiny little problems. I mean, look, it just basically removed all of the trees along that path. Honestly. And the annoying thing is, then you have to go back and you have to re-add all of the trees by hand.
Yeah. Caltrops.
If it will even let you put the trees in. Like, how weird. Decorations brush. Literally gonna have to go along and just manually put in all the flipping trees again that were already here.
It's okay, it's just a struggle against technology.
Talk amongst yourselves while I do this. Much to my chagrin. And if you have any other ideas or suggestions for little annoyances that this game has that you'd like me to mention in that video, please do suggest them in the comments. I'm sure there are lots of little things that annoy people about this game. There we go. That's a bit better.
As you do.
Oh, chat is chatting. I've missed my place. What is the music at the start of the stream called? Jacob the Goose. It's called Up in My Jam. It's a free, copyright-free music that you can search for on YouTube. The hitbox of the log. Ah, Wubby, definitely, yes. The log's hitbox is very annoying. I do agree with you there. I mean, it's not necessarily the hitbox that's annoying. It's more the fact that it removes grass and stuff around it. Speaking of logs, shall we put a few in this environment? Let's have them not hovering above the waterline, shall we?
Hi there. Well, I'm just going to pop big pepper on Snoop Blade because why not? Oh no, I can just disengage. This is the brilliance of this one.
The removal herbivore feeders. That's an interesting one because it seems like when we were playing the first game, everybody wanted paleo feeding. And then when this game came out with paleo feeding, we've all turned around and gone, no, you know, we want normal feeding back. And I do understand Frontier being confused about that. I think it's the fact that we kind of wanted to be able to choose which one we went for rather than one or the other.
Then let's actually disengage. I'll move down to here. It's even.
It's the idea of having options as opposed to choices. Options as opposed to sort of no options.
Don't worry, that's just part and parcel of what happens in mine. And I'm just going to do a bit of a leap because I think I can, especially with
Let's put in some more trees down here.
This is just a Sunday afternoon for me.
That's good. Let's decorate this area a bit. Good. Ready for dinosaurs, I think. Let's start with Mutabara, shall we? And actually, let's just
they are.
Save.
That one is sad.
Let's go to the species viewer and go and find some Mutabarosaurus skins. Every species doesn't like other species, even when they're herbivores, for example, Triceratops and Stegosaurus. Yeah, I do think some of the animals, like animal cohabitation things, are a bit skewed. Right, Mutabarosaurus. Let's have a look. I'm going to get up a notepad file just so that I can write down our chosen skins. We'll look for Australorhinator as well. Let's see. What sort of main base body colors shall we have? I mean, obviously the mangrove forest one and Pulcrana. I mean, mangrove forest and Pulcrana or Papyrana is basically walking with dinosaurs, so I think we've got to have some of that. So mangrove forest and Pulcrana. And let's have one that's a little bit darker. Let's go with, don't know, maybe Amazon rainforest and Amazon rainforest doesn't really go with any of the colors. What about Killian Mountains? See, I quite like the orange stripes, but it's finding a skin that it goes with. I mean, Death Valley is a nice main colour. Death Valley and Papyrona looks quite good. Hello, Turbo Soul. Death Valley and Papyrona as number 2. Okay, now we're also needing Wooher, aren't we? So, Wurhosaurus. Let's see, what main body? Have we got anything that's quite visually distinctive from...
I was going to say my Bible 20 is very nice today.
Killian Mountains. I quite like this sort of cappuccino-like coloration. Hello, Silly? You'll have to tell me how you want me to pronounce that. And let's go with... Ooh. Quite like the purple with that. That's a really distinctively different colour. So... Killian Mountains and Pelophylax. The Wurho. And let's grab one more color combination. Let's go for something quite... I quite like the blue. The blue and the white works quite well. Mangrove Forest and Lithopetes for the Wurho. And then we need the carnivore on the other side of the enclosure, so that's going to be Australovenator. And again, let's have a couple of color combinations. So let's go for something that's very walking with dinosaurs. Now, the polar allosaur in Walking with Dinosaurs was the same sort of Muttaburra green and had, I think it was black stripes, if I remember correctly. But we don't have... Oh, we do have black stripes. The Calcorana. Do you want to just tone down the green? Oh, no. I really like that green. Okay. So let's have Amazon Rainforest and Calcorana, the Austro. And let's have a color combination that's slightly different. So let's go for... Let's think... Quite like the white. What have we got for the white? Ooh. Okay, I really like the white and the blue, so let's go for Svalbard and Rana. Right, let's go back to the game. It might crash on me when I try to load in the game because it really doesn't like you. So if there's like a bug, so if you have mod species and you load up the species viewer, when you load back into game it causes a game crash. No one has been able to figure out why yet.
I do not reach. I suppose technically that has the ability to sneak attack then.
Right. Path not connected. Let's get the dinosaurs started. Let's start with Australovenator since it's first on this list. And we're going to need Amazon Rainforest and Calcorana to start with. Oh, lovely. Right. how many of each color combo? Because it's quite a large environment, isn't it? These are not exactly huge animals. Let's go with
I'm a Julian rogue.
3 of each color.
It's very okayish damage. I could have done better.
3 of each color combination. Yeah, I think that suits that environment. We're going to need some feeders. Let's have a feeder quite close to... Oh my god, the feeders remove so much space as well. That's another thing that ticks me off. Just so many little annoyances with this game. Like, why do the feeders remove so much vegetation and stuff from around it? Like, we want the feeders to look part of the environment. We don't want them to look completely covered up. Should be ultra low.
Is that thing still up?
Latency. Just realized that the stream and my game is actually quite far behind each other, more than the original 20 seconds it usually is. So I do apologize if I'm not catching chat as quickly. That is an oddity.
Guys, I'm sorry. We'll have some resignation. I didn't do enough damage. I'm sorry. I know. I'm sorry.
Right. Let's go find... Yeah, I think I just realized my stream preview video was actually behind. I just had to zip it up. Okay, now are they going to get them? They are. I can see the helicopters in the distance. Lovely. No crashing this time around. I'm going to put a few more rocks in. Just for some environmental difference. And while we're waiting for the first of the animals to come through, let's manually place down the trees that we want. Along this route. It's quite difficult to make planting trees look natural. So we're going to have to do our best. Bushes as well. There we go. So we have our lining down one side, like we do with our other enclosures here. Our Australophenators are on the way. Let's go grab the next 3. So Australophenators. The next one was Svalbard and Rana. I'd be down for an omnivore pack. I agree, Gajira. I think it would be nice for them to do a specific omnivore pack, perhaps, bringing along with that paid DLC pack an update which makes more animals omnivorous. So you know, all the ornithomimids, so Struthiomimus, Archaeornithomimus, for example, should be able to eat from the insect feeders, pretty much. I mean, personally, just for my own preferences, I don't want to see another dinosaur pack or creature pack as the next update. I want to see a more substantial update. You know, something preferably that isn't related to the films or the movies either. Something that's brand new, something that's like entirely of their own thought and thinking. Because so far everything we've got DLC wise, it's basically just been adding the movie content and stuff. And that's not really sort of imaginative enough. I'd like to see them bring something completely 100% new. To be honest, if Megalodon was actually in the aquatic DLC, it would just be a big shark, so I'm happy they picked Dunkleosteus. As am I, Jurassic Nation. I think putting Megalodon in the aquatic pack would have brought up a few problems. Primarily the fact that if you want Megalodon to look not like a big great white shark, Frontier could have done a lot with it to make it look visually distinctive, like they did with the Liopleurodon, for example. However, paradoxically, at the same time, the people who want Megalodon in the game are the people that want Megalodon to look like a large, oversized great white shark, because that's how they think Megalodon is. So there would be no way of Frontier making Megalodon anything more than a big great white shark. Whereas with Dunkleosteus, at least, they have some liberties to sort of create an interesting animal pattern and shape and design and such. So and I do also agree with people who say that they don't want a Cenozoic expansion. I just don't think a Cenozoic expansion kind of fits the Jurassic World, Jurassic Park aesthetic. I don't want to see woolly mammoths and woolly rhinos and yeah. You know, I love all these animals. I like, one of my favorite animals of all time is Andrewsarchus. You know, the rhino-sized relative of sheep with wolf's clothing. It's one of my all-time favorite prehistoric animals, but I wouldn't want to see it in this game because I don't think it suits the general feeling of Jurassic World or Jurassic Park. Not to mention, you know, Prehistoric Kingdom is bringing in all these mammals, and Planet Zoo has already brought in all of these mammals. So I would prefer Jurassic World Evolution to stick to basically the Mesozoic period or before the Mesozoic period. You know, stick to mostly reptiles or mammal-like reptiles, as we used to call them. Stick to the pterosaurs. Stick to those weird and wonderful lagoon animals, because there's still so many weird and wonderful lagoon animals that we could have in the park. Let's go and grab Muttaburra. Where's Muttaburra? There we go. Let Smilodon be the only Cenozoic animal because it's the only canon one. Maybe, but just because it's canon doesn't mean we have to have it. That's something I've been trying to get into people's heads when I did the species that I think could be removed from the game. People were defending Pterodactylus quite a bit because they were like, oh, well, it's a novel species and blah blah blah, and I'm like, well, just because it's in the novel doesn't mean we have to have it. You know, there's lots of species, and there are lots of depictions of these species from the novels that we don't have, and I don't see people complaining about that. Like, I would love to have the adult Dilophosaurus, but we don't. And I don't think we ever will. Right, let's get these mutabaras in. I'll need to figure out what they eat as well. 1, 2, 3, 4. Does it tell us in the hatchery? I think it does these days, doesn't it? Ground fiber. So we can use the leafy climbers for that. We can use the forest brush for that. Let's just use the generic forest brush, because that gives us some ground fiber we can use. But let's just give a few patches of other plants there. Don't want too many. I quite like how natural this habitat looks. Just you know, it's just, apart from obviously the monorail going through, just a very natural environment. And I do see this whole park as one where the aim is to not be a zoo. You know, the aim is that you might not necessarily see the dinosaurs, but then you could probably take this monorail quite a few times, really. Go up and down it a few different times a day. I think when I do put in the hotels and the guest sites at the end, you know, they'll have the hotels and the guest zones. And I might try and do, like, a couple of viewing logs, or probably viewing logs, from these areas, from the aquatic areas into some of these enclosures, just so, you know, they have a few that have better vision. Wild grown monorail, exactly. Hopefully there should be all of that. God, it takes them so long. I swear the helicopters in the first game used to be faster. Just stick it on fast forward. When the dunk. If you like, we can put the dunk in. We can have our first Dunkleosteus enclosure for you, Rory. I mean, I was thinking about changing how the aquatic area actually works, and having it sort of rise upwards towards the back of the area. But these ones we can have down at this height to begin with. I think we'll have Dunkleosteus on that side. And I think we'll have Nothosaurus on the other. See if I can replicate what I did with the pathway around this.
I can feel that.
It's not perfect. Yeah, what on earth happened with that? That's better. I mean, it's similar enough. It doesn't have to be identical. It's similar enough. I'll work with that.
Yeah.
We also need Nother and Shasta. I was thinking we still needed them to be in temporal order. Yeah, so the aim was they would be in temporal order, but we're obviously not. We're going to have obviously two patterns of that. So we can have like Dunk, Shawnee, Atimburosaurus, Elasmo along one end, along one line, and then on the other we can have like Notho, Ichthy, Plesio, Liporodon, Chrono, the other way. So it's not all along the one line. So we're going to start with Dunk on this side and start with Notho on that side. Do I want this Dunkleos just to be viewing dome? Yes. Although I do think that this could be... Oh, shoot. Whoops. That was the wrong button. What I wanted was to smooth out the stuff a little bit.
And then you get Warp Breaker.
I think instead of placing like lagoon decorations around the outside, I think I'm going to place stuff manually. So let's go with...
Or not.
I want yeah, something like that. That works. And let's grab some of the other colors. I'm leaving a space at the front because I think I'm going to put the shark feeder there. Just so that we can have people see the shark feeding. I don't mind there being an occasional gap in this as well for the same reason. Let's put in the shark feeder. Shark feeder, and let's have it... I feel like having it sort of off to the side will give people a better view. So let's have it there. Let's actually remove these trees here. And we'll fill in this area with taller trees. And bushes. Let's grab an orange one just for a bit of color difference. Nice. Hello, Joshua. Welcome to the stream. Right, let's have a look down here. Ooh, dear, that's not very nice, is it? Let's grab hold of... Oops. Can we... Okay, I know that's the connection, but I want to move this. Why does... Really? That's really annoying. I just want to place it more central line. Oh, it's a little bit off. About that. About there. Yes, that's better. What shall we do with decoration in here for the Dunkleosteus? What sort of lagoon biome shall we have for it? I'm going to have a slurp of drink. Rocky volcanic for the dunk. Yeah, let's do one of my rocky volcanic fault lines. Let's do something over here. Let's put in a few rocks. With maybe smaller fault line.
And the next has to be +4 to the IC visibility.
That's better. Dunk lived in open but relatively shallow oceans. It did, but we can't really do shallow ocean. It's one of the problems that we have with the lack of, lagoon customization, is we can't change the height of the lagoons. We can't change how deep the actual waters are. So another one of those little aspects of the game that is a frustration is the lack of lagoon customization. Because I don't classify being able to place down the occasional decorative objects lagoon customization. Let's place down a couple of lights for here. I think I'm going to place a couple around the lagoon viewing dome itself, just to catch any dunks that might swim by. So again, color coding of this, go with red over there, go with red over there. And then each of these lights, we'll make it quite a different colour. So we'll start with blue there, we'll go with a pink there. We'll go with a green there. And a red there. So hopefully if any dunks swim by them, they'll catch up in the lights. Right. Talking of dunks, let's go. Well, let's do the. Do we need to put the woohos in here first? Well, the mutabaras seem to look good. Let's go grab the woohos. And Killian Mountains and Pelophylax. And Mangrove Forest and Lithobates for the second one. What did I just say? Mangrove Forest and Lithobates, yeah. There we go. Let's just whack this onto fast forward so they get done quickly. I think Werhosaurus is probably my favorite. Well, actually, not my favorite stegosaur because my favorite stegosaur is Hoangosaurus. But I think I prefer it to Stegosaurus. In fact, let me just. So I actually installed a mod the other day that gives some of the species in game the same sort of color. The same color palettes as the Shonisaurus in game. So the Stegosaurus now basically has the same color palettes as Shonisaurus. I don't have a particularly bright colored Stego in this particular park, but you can see it's got the white striping and the slight red tinge to the things. Obviously, the best of the skins from the Shoni is the glorious blue coloration that looks great on the Steg. Also looks good on the Brachiosaurus, I have to say. And I'm probably going to do a mod spotlight video for that, potentially next week. But while I am waiting for the Werhosaurus to be delivered, let's find a dinosaur to follow while I have a chat to you all. Let's follow our Kentro. So yeah, this is a good time for me to take a short break and tell you all about what's happening next week, because next week there is a new game coming out that we're going to be playing on the channel. Dane is getting Paleo Pines. If anyone has been looking into Paleo Pines, he's going to be getting it on release day on Tuesday, and we'll be streaming it from launch day on Tuesday. So first impression stream of it, and obviously it will also be Dane's first dinosaur game for the channel. So we're hoping people will tune in to watch him play that. He's going to be doing 2 streams next week. There'll be one on the Tuesday and one on the Wednesday. So there'll be 2 Paleo Pine streams. And because he was going to do 2 streams, and I'm putting up videos next week, we've decided to have a content-full week, because we're also almost up to 2,000 subs, as you can see by the top. So we are going to put content out every single day of the week. So tomorrow there'll be a video from me, Jurassic World Evolution 2 video, rating the aquatics in-game. Then obviously we have the 2 days of Paleo Pine streams. Thursday there will be another Jurassic World Evolution 2 video from me. Friday there will be another one of my War Thunder playing videos. And then obviously on the weekend you have our usual Sunday stream on Sunday. So apart from Saturday, there'll be content coming every single day of the week. It's also kind of a to make up for the second week of October, because me and Dane are taking a short break to go and see some friends. So we won't be here for near enough a whole week. So we wanted to make sure that you folks had plenty of content up to then to watch. So like I say, next week do tune in to Paleo Pines with Dane, because I have literally bugged him into playing a dinosaur game for all of you guys. So don't make me regret it, and do tune in to watch him play a cute dinosaur game. And also feel free to laugh at him struggling to pronounce half of these dinosaur names. Right, Dunkleosteus next for the park. I think we need to go and find some good skins for it though. And Nothosaurus. Nothosaurus, I'm not going to do any sort of lagoon-based viewing. I'm actually just going to stick its rock in here. And people will only see the Nothosaurs from having a look at the rock. Well, actually, I might do... Do I want to give it an in-lagoon? I mean, I'm tempted to put like a tree in. Nah. We'll give them a viewing dome as well. Can I go inside the lagoon, please? Thank you. Yeah, we'll give them a viewing dome. More Dwaynes, add more Dwaynes. I have added plenty of rocks to this park already. I mean, look how many Dwaynes we have in our salt flats. For the Suchomimus and the Acrocanthosaurus. Plenty of Dwaynes in there. I think we should be able to grab... that is the last of the Wuhos, so let's put those in. Just fast forward so that they're going in. Not the mutter. I want to have a look at the Wuho. What do they eat? Ground fiber and ground fruits. They want ground fruits. Now, a few trusty ginkgos. Which also helps to break up some of the hefty fir tree that we have going on here. Can't go wrong with a few ginkgos. Lovely. Low health? Why is our Mutabara on low health? What's your problem? You haven't gone and gotten water. There's water literally there. stupid creature.
No.
Honestly. When in doubt, apply Ginkgo. Entirely, Gajira. Right, so we are down to our last enclosure then, the late Cretaceous period enclosure. Obviously, late Cretaceous animals,
Sorry.
we have quite a few of in game. So, what do people... Do we have a gate? Do we have a gate?
It's fine. I just needed to.
We do.
Slightly.
Okay.
I can also block. No, will I block top on? If they start their turn, then they take damage, isn't it? Or if they, or does it end their turn? So this.
So what do people think we should do for late Cretaceous? And this is obviously going to be
Because they can also stay grind.
our big ticket dinosaurs, things like T-Rex or something similar.
And I will very willingly take that. Sorry?
Pyroraptor? I don't think it's late Cretaceous.
I couldn't sneak attack the first one because it had that.
Not the Pyroraptor. We know much about it anyway because we, you know, we don't have basically any of its fossil.
And I am just going to sneak. Brackish.
Let's do this.
I know. But I. Can I jump to here without getting caught up in fire? I'm gonna jump over to there and then figure out how far I just moved. Because I was in the corner.
Sink it
That's
down.
actually really good.
There we go. Let's grab another one.
Over here.
Good.
That's good.
Let's grab you. Sink you down. And grab you. And sink you down. Let's put in some rocks, maybe. Just to cover up those edges. I went with the wrong color of rock. That was stupid of me. Sink you down. Use this color rock. Which actually matches the environment. Smooth out this terrain a bit. Let's put in some bushes, trees. Delightful. Let's use one of those banners, because we've got one of those at the other end. Where are they? There they are. Put in some fencing. Kind of want something extra just to make this area look a bit cooler. Something like that, maybe. Let's grab one of those. Grab it and lift it up. Not that high, a bit lower. Spin around. Lower up. Yeah, I quite like that. Good. So, have we chosen our late Cretaceous animal yet? Hello, Metal Gear. You like the one that roars. Toro, Casmo, Caritho, Edmonto, Alberto with Edmonto, Tyranno, Edmonto, Triceratops, Ankylosaurus. I think we're obviously going to have to do T-Rex, aren't we? I mean, we can't not, really. What sort of habitat shall we do for him? I would like something quite unusual for T-Rex. Like, can we think of an unusual habitat that we could recreate for T-Rex? But which T-Rex? Well, which T-Rex will decide on after we've made the habitat. I quite like the idea of trying to create like a volcanic spring. Let's...
Don't sound so disappointed.
Okay, so... volcanic spring. Let's be quite heavy with the water, obviously. I'm thinking we can use some of like the lagoon parts and a few modded parts to really make this look smoky. Let's put in our invisible fencing first. Right. So, volcanic spring. I do have some parts for this, which will be useful. I hope. Do I still have them? No, I don't. Unless they're not under the decorations tab, but the environment tab. No, so the parts I was thinking about was the smoky trees, but they were added by the upgraded sandbox mode, which Kyodenic hasn't updated yet. Those would have been great for this environment. Bugger. Has that mod definitely not been updated yet? Expanded sandbox. Maybe it does still work. Maybe it does still work. Weren't there prehistoric penguins the size of the average man? Well, it should be noted that the emperor penguin is still very big. Was it expanded sandbox that added the burned trees? Cannot remember.
For now.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
Just moved it very suddenly.
It might work, it might not. Let's save. Alright, bear with me, folks. I want to test something quickly. It'll take me like 2 seconds. Let's unzip that mod. Because I really want to have those trees for this enclosure. Because if I don't have those trees for this enclosure, I think I probably will pick something different. So bear with me.
Yeah, it's 5 permissions. It goes. So has 5.
The amount that I mod, this is just like such a simple, quick. JWP bonk. Right, let's see Let's see if it works. Hopefully it will, because I really love the burned trees. Let's see. Let's see. Fingers crossed.
It's because of Heartbreaker.
Are we gonna load in? We are. Okay. Does the mod still work? Does the game still work though? So if we, there are the burned trees.
Can't do that because bonus action was used.
Let's just hope it doesn't crash other menus. Oh no, it looks like all of our other menus are fine. You can even have the bias in research compound in here if we so wish. So it does still work. Excellent. Right. So the one problem we are going to have is the sheer size of these burned biosyn areas. They are massive. And the dinosaurs cannot walk through them. So if we want to use them, we're going to have to be careful not to obstruct too much the environment. I think something like that. Because look, it creates this wonderful smoky steam effect as well. We can obviously see hide some of the stuff back here. Don't mind a few old dead burned trees. But for in here we can really use that. And then we can also, you know, just chuck in something similar like this. And put another one in down here. We can obviously cover up some of this with trees. Put a couple of living trees in. The lucky ones that missed the fire. Why am I... Oh, bugger. I just accidentally deleted it. Where did I have it? Was it about there? Yeah, it was about there, wasn't it? Yeah.
I only just realized that Fallout hasn't been able to use one of the spells because the triggering damage is not right type.
Good. Does it include the ashy ground texture in the ground brush? No, it doesn't. Unfortunately, but we can make something that's similar to that. Too soon. Okay, let's try and make this a little bit more ashy. Okay, that's good. Happy with that.
Doesn't matter because you're just gonna keep
Let's grab some flowering shrubs. It's one of the things that people don't realize about, when you have big forest fires or big sort of volcanic eruptions, that sort of thing, you get lots of flowers afterwards because they all just spring up. Volcanic ash is a wonderful fertilizer. So you would get plenty. A few ginkgos around here as well, just for some taller vegetation. I really love how that looks though. Just the mist rising. How do you put out a grease fire? I don't know. So if we're going to have a volcanic spring, we need something that's like a... I really love these smoky vents. Like, I wonder if we can... Shall we see if we can, like, put down a few of these? Just, like, sink them into the ground. Ah. We might have to do a bit of terrain work, obviously, to hide the coral. But I think they work. They work really well, I think. If you sink some in like that, and then just grab some. Let's see, some black rocks. Maybe smaller ones. Again, there are tolerances here. We don't have to be 100% perfect with everything. We can hide stuff quite well. I would say that is one of the things about this game that you have to be willing to do, is you have to be willing to turn around and say, it's good enough. It doesn't have to be 100% perfect. A few dead or dying trees. Just to cover up the obvious patches of coral. from the monorail, I think they work quite well. Just those steaming vents. The one back here is not as good because that tree is kind of in the way of all of the biggest ones.
No, she can't die. She's kids at home.
There you go, that's a bit better. Okay, plenty of volcanic vents. Why is there a tree in the monorail track? Ah! Can't be having that. I say remove yourself. I said remove yourself. There we go. Okay, what other sort of volcanic... These these things don't work obviously because they don't throw anything up. We need something that's going to represent like a big steam. But I don't think we have anything that could even represent like a big steam geyser. I mean, we could try to... Yeah, it's just too... It looks too clean. Too, you know, nice looking. And I don't think we have any parts that could really represent a steam geyser very well. Even in the aquatic section. Like, even if we put that something like that down, sank it. Yeah, it doesn't give us anything, so... I think we'll make do with the smoky trees and the hissing vents. I think it works good enough as that. As that. How about the new deco fog deco thing? What fog deco mod thing? I have not heard of this. Where is the log? Why do I always miss the log? Seriously, where the fuck is the log? There. Just a few sporadic logs lying around. Let's sink a couple into the ground so they're less obvious. Maybe change the angle on a few of them.
I have. I picked up on it.
Would the vents in the water make for hot springs? We could try. And let's see how it looks. I just. I mean,
okay,
yeah, it works.
To, bonus action dash to get away from this as much as possible. But you know what I mean.
Let's. Okay, let's put a few in, and then it's just like sink them down.
So using my enemies as stepping stones, apparently. Yeah, and then I can totally get to here with that extra 30 feet, right? Cool, no problem.
Good suggestion, dude. I think that works quite well, actually.
Yeah. And my first thing I'm going to do as soon as I get over here, just appear beside him from half a mile away and go, what are you doing down there? Well, 19 hits, cool.
Grumpy Goose. Hi, Fletcher. Lovely weather we're having. Is it? I don't know. I haven't looked out the window in a while.
Yeah.
It's in the same mod that has water fills that has the fog decades. I haven't actually installed that, or even looked at it. Might be something I might do for the mod spotlight video I'm going to do next week. Maybe.
In that case, I'm just going to the if you're still stuck in it.
Right, let's put in obviously some feeders
that also does this,
for our Rex.
So what Sophia's going to do is just going to twist
Right, okay, I'm happy with that.
Shove him off it.
Happy with that environment. So now we need to decide on what Rex skins to use. Oh, the Dunkleosteus as well. We need to pick the Dunkleosteus skins too. Thank you for reminding me, Rory. We'll pick a couple of Dunk skins and we'll pick a couple of Rexies. Only put a couple. Dinos need to go on a diet. So...
Just very casually game, sure. I'll help Rhea. Rhea.
Dunkleosteus first of all. Rory, since you've been waiting, what sort of colour of Dunkleosteus would you like?
That's actually probably a good call.
Do you quite like the white and the blue?
So you're going to continue doing
I think that looks really nice. Big fish. It is, Grumpy Goose, a big fish with a face only a mother could love. And even then, given that Dunkleosteus practiced cannibalism, probably still wouldn't end very well. I'ma cook it. Grumpy Goose Dunkleosteus is about 9 meters long and weighs about 5 tons, so you'd be cooking it for a while. Svalbard, we're not doing the Rex yet, Jurassic animation. We're on the Dunkleosteus. For Dunk, base, aqua, and for additional orange and yellow. Okay, aqua. Okay, and then yellow, orange. We'll go with the yellow. I think the yellow looks best. So Gambia River Basin and Papurana. I'm going to put in a skin combination too. Let's go with the yellow, Death Valley, and let's go with Death Valley and Pulkrana. That looks really good. Okay. On to the Rex. Ah. Now the T-Rex is one of the animals that the Shonisaurus color palette is also applied to. So all of the normal T-Rex skins look very different to how they used to. We do have some very vibrant pattern options that we can now choose. Actually, that looks kind of cool. I like that. So we'll pick one of the movie / TV show skins, and we'll have one skin that is made with the Shonisaurus mod, just for a bit of fun. So what skin do we use from film or TV show? I mean, obviously we've got Buck. As Darkaday says, the Fluffy Rex.
Kill you. Yeah, sure, heard that one before. Next.
I mean, I really quite enjoy Big E.T.'s skin. I think Big E.T.'s looks quite nice. And then obviously we have the 2001. Gajira says 65 as well. Fluffy Rex it is. So we'll have one Fluffy Rex. And then alongside Fluffy Rex. Right, let's find a pattern that I like first.
Is that just... Wait.
See, I do love the blue. I think the blue looks really nice. It's a vibrant color as opposed to the traditional look of a T-Rex being very dull. I think we just need to find a skin that works quite well with it. Yeah, mangrove, it kind of suits the mangrove forest coloration. I do also think it looks quite good on the dark, on the black. Oh, see, the Kalkarana looks quite nice. Black or the blue? Yeah, I think it looks quite nice on the Amazon rainforest as well, because the skin, the color on the skull looks quite close to the color of the body, so I think that works best. Svalbard. Okay, mangrove forest and Pelophylax. Just the T-Rex? Yeah, the environment probably isn't big enough for 3.
Is it going to attack the
Yeah.
down block?
Okay.
Is it going to attack Elvis?
Last thing we do on stream, let's get our Rexies and our Dunkles into our enclosure.
It tried. Isn't your misfire like $15?
Right, let's go get our dunks first. Oh, of course, dunks need a... dunks need a hatchery, don't they? Okay, Gambia River Basin. And Papurana. Death Valley and Pulkrana. I'm so glad this mod still works. This is quite a small enclosure. I think we'll only go for 2 dunks. Because I don't want them to be over... Don't want it to be overcrowded. There's our boy. I mean, I kind of think from the front he has quite a nice smile. He's kind of cute in a way, but... You know, obviously... It's the same sort of cute as, like, if you see a great white shark from the front, it's smiling. But it would be, you know, if you saw that smile, it would be the last thing you ever saw. So... Yeah, I think 2 in this enclosure is suitable. Rory, shall we name our dunks? Let's have some name suggestions for these guys. Nope. The little tail nibble. I love the little tail nibble. Fish. But yeah, let's have some name suggestions for the dunks. Some proper name suggestions. Name one Dinotopia reference. Dude, that's not a proper name. Let's have a proper... I want some proper names. Like, imagine you're making the leaflets or the tourism brochure for the park, and the Dunkleosteus is on the front. What is the name above the Dunkleosteus on the brochure? T-bone steak. Dengs fish. You guys have terrible naming suggestions, honestly. Bruce. Oh, right. Finally, a proper name. Bruce. And what about number 2? Nemo. Nicely timed. Galgamorth. Who is Spino, dude? If that's another YouTuber, then don't be giving me other YouTuber references here. There's only one other dinosaur YouTuber, and that's Evo. I do quite like Galgamorth. So, we'll go Galgamorth. Bruce and Galgamorth. Right, we can get rid of this, that now. Right, and let's build a hatchery at this end of the park so the Rex can get into the park a bit faster. Really? You're going to argue that you're on... What do you mean no path to arrival point? What? Right, T-Rex number 1 is our Fluffy Rex. And T-Rex number 2 was Mangrove Forest and Pelophylax. Aggressive. And aggressive and antisocial. Perfect combination. Oh shit. I pressed the wrong button. Well, hello Rex. Yep. Shut up. Come with me.
Okay, so
There you go.
60-foot radius.
Rex number 2 will release correctly.
Yeah.
Oh, he looks just so cool, just roaming around with these geothermal vents and stuff in the background.
Considering I know what your spell list is, this is what 40 feet is.
I'm vegan. I'm a vegan Rex.
How's that?
There's a scene in Futurama like that, where the hippies claim to have taught a lion how to eat tofu, and the lion is basically stick thing and really ill. And there is our slightly brighter, more vivid Rex. Beautiful. I mean, come on, that's... That just looks... Let's put it into capture mode, just... Beautiful. Mountains, burnt trees. Beautiful coloration. Where's our other one? Right, there. Let's have some names for these Rex, though. So we'll start with the Fluffy Rex. It looks kind of cool, but also kind of weird. True as Dark Day, but I think it only looks weird because people are so used to seeing T-Rex with such bland, boring skins.
Oh.
Genghis Rex. Love it. Genghis Rex. And Genghis Rex's friend of Freddy Fazbear. Oh, Freddy Fazbear would have been cool. But Genghis Rex just got there first. Okay, we'll call this one Genghis Rex. And we'll call this one Freddy Fazbear. Freddy Fazbear the T-Rex. Yeah, almost as murderous as Freddy Fazbear, perhaps. Freddy Fazrex? Freddy Faz Tyrannosaurus. But Freddy...
Which one?
Fazrex, maybe?
Oh.
Fazrex, instead. Be friendly, you two. They're not being friendly. Ooh. Be nice.
That's just a spelling test. Jesus,
Dear. I mean, they can't... Ooh. Genghis Rex living up to his name there, I think. Oh well, Freddy Fazrex is going to have some scars. But But I think that suits. I mean, they are T-Rex after all. No. Well, there we go. We have completely filled up one length of the timeline. So we've done one complete timeline. So next things to work on is the next side. Triassic, Jurassic, etc. This side we're also going to have hybrid. So it won't be a mod, this is going to be a hybrid on that side. And obviously we also need to keep putting in the lagoons. I might do the lagoons off screen, just to put them in so they're done nice and quick. But yeah, I think we got some good work done. I really like our Spirits of the Ice Forest enclosure for Australopithecus. There's one of them. Lovely. And yeah, our Rex, our volcanic Rex environment. Really nice. We've got 2 dead goats here. Are you not eating the goats? You're eating the goats slowly. Okay. Okay then. But yeah, looks really good. Thank you everyone for tuning in and helping me design the last few enclosures. I'm going to pop off, take some screenshots for Reddit and Twitter, and make sure show people of these amazing animals. Don't forget that for the next week we are going to be putting stuff out every single day. So there's a video tomorrow, stream on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. There'll be a video Friday, there'll be a video Saturday, will be a day off, and Sunday there will be a stream. So keep a lookout for all of that content coming to the channel. And yeah, thank you everyone for tuning in. I'll see you next time. And until then, stay safe and good night.